Hello again. This is week 2 of the world of electricity and electronics. I'd like to direct our attention towards electronic components and ways of assembling electronic components to build electronic circuits, as well as circuit diagrams. This week I'd like to direct our attention towards building an electronic circuit as part of a laboratory called Getting Started with the Electronic Breadboard. This is a project that we'll build this week. It uses an integrated circuit chip, an LED, a capacitor, and 3 resistors, as well as some wires. Here I just turned it on, and you can see what it does. It blinks. What it's using is the 555 integrated circuit timer chip that we see right here. And that timer chip, in conjunction with the capacitors and the resistors, determines the blinking rate. So we'll see how you can change that blinking rate when we do some experiments. As you do these experiments this week, you'll notice a number of things about the breadboard. You'll notice that it has letters along one side, along the left side here, and then it has numbers along the bottom. That serves as a matrix, as an XY coordinate system to locate the holes on the breadboard. And in the instructions for some of the labs, we'll use that as a way to help you make the wire connections. The instructions in the lab manual give instructions by using the coordinate grid system. You don't have to use that. In fact, I hope we get so that we don't need to use that. But initially it is quite helpful. The lab that we'll be doing this week is called Getting Started with the Breadboard, and that's what I call it. And this is the circuit that we're going to build. We can see the various components. That's called a pictorial diagram, and that's found on page 14 of the lab manual. The large object there is our integrated circuit. There's the capacitor, LED, then there's the resistors, and the battery, and then of course the wires. That's called a pictorial diagram. And then over on page 15 we have the schematic diagram, and it's a simplified diagram, uses symbols instead of drawings of the actual component. And on the bottom of the page 14, you see a schematic diagram and then the various components compared to the symbols. And one of our objectives in this class is to learn all of the symbols. So I'd like to ask you to do this week is to build this project starting on page 14, and to get it to work, follow the instructions very carefully. I've also made a video about this project. I call the video Intro to Breadboard Electronics, and it really shows you step by step the process of putting this project together. So one way you can do this is to watch the video and follow it step by step, and you can pause the video and so forth as you do it. I also show building the same project using another breadboard,